maybe start with you, since you were involved with pre-production. I mean, putting together the art direction for a movie like this, especially in 3D, what did that mean on your end?
Well, that's everything. Okay. This was about the third 3D movie I'd done.
Where were the other ones?
And we don't get into that right now. Let's stick with this thing. Yeah, it gets worse. But it was fun, different camera systems and all that. But when we came to doing this, one of the fun things, we knew what we were trying to do with the pinpointing of the 3D and all that. And so everything you saw on screen, we built. So we did that all in Newhall, up there in the mountains there at the Values A property. And what I wanted to do is create a reality where 3D existed throughout the movie without the gags. So everything, if you probably didn't notice, but maybe you, which is a good idea that you didn't notice, but everything was cantilevered, all the decking, all the lodge, the balconies, just the barn, everything was angled. So we went for it 3D to exist throughout the movie, which was kind of an experiment at the time. And I think it worked pretty well, actually. You were in that place. And
When you see in 3D, that's actually the thing you don't think about, because even in 2D, it's hard not to notice all the sticks and things coming out.
You know
what? The depth to the
Yeah,
other scenes.
yeah, you want to create kind of a thing where you're just drawn into it, and it exists, and then the gags are even tenfold. So it was really fun, and we had to really, I mean, it's a crazy thing. I haven't seen it in a long time, but wow, we did that. Yeah. And you're always trying, when you do these movies, you're always trying to outsmart yourself. How we're going to get them this time, and we're going to get them this time. I most recently done the Hostel movies, and with each Hostel, we always try to outsmart ourselves and create something new and interesting. So, it's a great forum for production design, because you have to think with the narrative and try to make it clever and artistic. I think it was really fairly rich looking, I thought, and didn't look like a cheesy movie. So I think we did a really nice job with it when I see it. So thanks for having it. It was fun. It was fun to see the audience. Thank you.
Larry, Shelley, in the minds of Friday the 13th fans, I think Shelley has become something of an iconic nerd character.
You took a lot of hits.
Can you talk about maybe what was on the page and maybe what you brought to the role? Like, what up there is Shelley, what's Larry?
First day of filming, Steve Miner, he said to me, don't do a character. This is just you. And basically it was me. I mean, that was me. That's what I looked like. I didn't gain 50 pounds for that role. I had that hair. I was an actor. I mean, it was as if they had written, and so really everything of Shelley was, how would I do it? And so, unfortunately, that's me.
Did you have to learn to juggle for that scene, or did you already know how to do it?
I knew how to do it. Originally in the script, we were going to do paddle balls, those paddle balls, but they realized you can't get the ball to go straight. The ball goes like this, right? You just can't do it. So I said, well, I can juggle, and they said, okay, well, and then we wrote it. Jeff sort of knew how to juggle, and I worked with him, and so that.
And Tracie, again, we sort of mentioned up top, I think.
Oh, Lord. 37 years.
Your character is uniquely upsetting in all the chasing victims, since they just sort of pointlessly toss off at the beginning of oh, she's pregnant, by the way. Talk a little bit about getting the part. I mean, what did you think of that detail when you got the part?
I don't even know if I was aware that Debbie was pregnant until the day we shot that scene, and I read the dialogue that morning, and oh, I guess I'm pregnant. It wasn't a part of in the breakdown in terms of what this character is about. It didn't list that, so I didn't know that. I was getting ready to move away to Michigan to go to college, and I had gone on this interview. My mom was a talent agent, and she had said, "Hey, they're making a film, and I've submitted you for it." And I said, "Mom, I'm moving. I'm going to college. I'm done acting. I've been acting since I was 2. I'm finished. I'm going to go pursue a new career." Anyway, just go, and I got it. I got the role, and but so it was sort of my my swan song for my acting career. I had no clue at that time, no idea that it would be the cult classic that it has become, and that you know, people who weren't even born and their parents weren't even born can come up to me and cite lines from the movie. It's crazy. I think it's wonderful. I can really appreciate it. This is only the 3rd time I've seen it, by the way. 37 years. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
And Larry, following up, so you also, obviously, unique place in the franchise that you're the character who bestows the hockey mask on Jason. At what point did you realize, like, oh, he's gonna wear that in all the movies now?
Never. I mean, not never during filming.
Not during, I mean, after the movie. Because, like, the poster for the first 3 movies are all basically the same, where it's like a silhouette holding a knife, and then starting with 4, now it's all about the hockey mask.
Well, yeah, and then 5, they sort of go with the, I mean, it becomes the symbol, but I think it wasn't really till 6 that it became more like everyone knew, like, the hockey mask, it becomes a symbol, like, you can show anyone the hockey mask now, and they know what that movie that is. But it's hard to know when that came into consciousness. I knew enough to ask for the mask. I'm like, can I have this mask? They're like, no. And now no one knows what happened to the original mask. It's gone into, you know.
Lesson learned, always steal the crowd.
I stole the axe, the fake axe that pops out. That's in my house. For sale, $1 million.
And Robert, I mean, is there anything, watching it again now, how long has it been since you've seen it?
20 years.
20 years. Watching it again, is there anything you were kind of particularly proud of as far as, like, this 3D?
I was relieved seeing it tonight. I thought it was fun. I mean, it had a lot of hits. I love the fans. I mean, one of the things that happens in my career is I have never been asked more online about the mask than anything I've ever done in film. I mean, I get...
Was that your idea?
Huh?
Was that your idea? Because everyone's taking credit for it.
But no, they can do it. They can run with it. But, I mean, people are always curious about that mask and where it came from and who... I get questions like, who painted it? I don't know who painted it. You know, I mean, I was glad it got painted, but I didn't, you know, I don't know anything about that. But it's the fans that have been so good to me throughout my career, and particularly in show franchises like that, where we're always trying to, you know, add to it and complement it and have a long life with it. I don't get checks from that, unfortunately, but that's okay. I get nights like this. Nights like this are great. So thank you.
Are there any like particular stories any of you guys remember from the shoot that are of note? Anything interesting happened out there in that weird lake?
We were in the wilderness, man. Interesting things happen in the wilderness.
And traditionally in the first 2 movies, the carnage takes place on the lake. I feel like in this movie there was like a hole in the, like with some water in it.
Well, what you saw is that was it.
It was real.
We built it.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a hard thing to do because we, you know, we didn't have as much money as you need for such a thing. But we ended up doing visqueen and carving it out, and you know, it was hard to keep it clean and keep it good for the actors and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of I was glad we had it because we designed every shots where we could see him in the window and we could be at the end of the pier and catch all of those things. So everything was blocked and designed and laid out, and we followed through on all of it in the way we shot the film. So, you know, I was pretty proud of it tonight to see those shots work, you know, and every one of them did. And I mean, we dug holes in the barn to look up and see anything that dropped, and you know, it was just it was really a fun time tonight to see it, and mostly see everything work, and mostly see the audience enjoy it so much, you know. So.
Were there any sort of like of 3D gags that in particular stand out, like, you know, the eyeball or
I think one of my favorites, I have a personal favorite. Yeah, the skin diving, you know, your equipment
That's classic.
on the dock was an unexpected one. And don't forget, there was no CGI. There was no CGI at the time. So everything was done on wires. And when we had to light around the wires and had to, you know, ensure that everything worked, where we could have that stuff travel at the right velocity and be able to capture it on film. So that one I thought was a good one. It was creepy and very good. Creepier they are, the better they are, you know.
And Larry and Tracie, I'm curious, since this comes up a lot, that kind of movies we show here, is that you made this movie and then went on with your life and kind of only realized years later there were people who actually still liked it, were still watching it over and over again. For either of you, do you kind of remember when you first realized this movie was still chugging along?
Oh boy. It just didn't go away. That was the thing. And so, and year after year after year, it just didn't go away. And then as they made all the sequels, of course, then it just built from there. But, you know, as I'm off pursuing I was a broadcast journalist for 30 years, and I'm working in Dayton, Ohio, and Flint, Michigan, and then LA, and I'm not really talking much about my acting career because it was another part of my life. But as this movie continued to draw the fans, it completely flip-flopped, and I'm telling everybody about it because it was so fun. It was such a great thing to have been a part of. You know, right out of college in the beginning, I wanted to be taken seriously as a journalist, and I didn't know how to talk about my acting career. But a couple of years later, I've enjoyed it, and I've loved being a part of this. And I think it was going to I've only been to two conventions, and going to a convention, I had no idea the following, and that it's there's so many people that enjoy it so much, and I love that. I think it's really wonderful.
Yeah, I think, maybe in the 80s it was the thing, and then in the 90s it went down. I mean, it sort of went to a simmer, and then around the mid-2000s I felt it was like building up, and lately it's been like, you know, people say, you know, they go, "You're an icon," and I go, you know, it's like hard to like process that, but it seems like especially with the game coming out last year, and there seems, I mean, these movies are important to people for whatever reason, but I understand. I grew up, and it was, you know, whatever, Frankenstein and Dracula, and for some people, like, it's Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare, and I get that too. And or for me, it's like Dawn of the Dead. I mean, that's like my dream.
Yeah.
I think you're also one of the few non-Jason characters that Fright Rags made a t-shirt of. That's something.
You're an attorney now, right?
Yes, I'm an entertainment attorney.
Do you ever drop that shit on people? Like, I'm Shelly. Right?
I don't mention it, but people will like Google me, and I was talking like a lawyer I'm against on the other side. He's like, hey, I just want to tell you, I really like Friday. You give my clients money, you know. It's like,
Do you think there's something about playing a character like Shelley that drove you to be an entertainment attorney? Is this the guy who played Chunk in the Goonies also an entertainment attorney now?
no, what drove me to be an entertainment attorney was not working as an actor. Oh, but I got what we were gonna say. Me and Tracie are both have parts in Dan Ferentz, who's back there, who directed Crystal Lake Memories. Hi, Dan. He's got a new movie coming out next year called The Haunting of Nicole Brown Simpson.
I want to tell you.
And we're in it. We're in it.
So this is, this is really funny. I mean, it's all kind of twisted, but in 1994, I'm covering the O.J. Simpson trial, and I'm down at the criminal courts building every single day, interviewing the attorneys as they're walking into the courts building every morning before court would start. And been working in LA. I think I came back here in '91, so I'd been a couple of years. And up walks this slender, handsome, young attorney, and he turns to me and says, "Tracie, do you remember me?" Larry Zerner.
She said, I have no idea who you are.
I said,
Honest to God, she said she totally gave me the bum rush.
you look completely different.
Who are you?
Yeah.
There you.
Yeah.
I swear that's what she said.
I know.
Last time you saw me, I had an axe in my head.
Did you get laid finally?
Oh.
In my life?
All right, I think we'll wrap up there, guys. Before we let everyone go, Larry, could I ask you to deliver my favorite line in the whole franchise, the skinny dipping line? The skinny dipping line.
They went skinny dipping, and I'm not skinny enough.
Let's take a short little break and we'll be back with some crazy Paul Nashy action.